And yes, I will be going all international on this one. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und señores y señoras, mesdames et herren, guten Abend, good evening, buonasera, buenas noches, konnichiwa, xin chao, ni hao, shalom, annyeong, dobre veche, and good luck. Here we go. It is the possible last game between Elfi and Jimpo. It is blistering sands. It is the finals of tonight's Competo Cup, and we have Elfi spawning in the top right position as the blue Protoss. We have Jimpo spawning as the green. Green? What is green? I just want to say the mix between red and green is of course the green. Jimpo is the red Terran in the bottom left position, and apparently I was not showing you the right colors of those two guys in the last game. Maybe this was the case, but now Jimpo is red for sure and Elfi is blue for sure. So PvT on Blistering Sands. Of course, Blistering Sands is a very intense map, and I think this a 4-gate is effective no matter what. Against a Protoss, against a Zerg, and a Terran, 4-gating on Blistering Sands is of course what you can do. No question about this. On the other hand, if Elfi decides to go for a 4-gate, and if Jimpo actually survives the 4-gate, I think the odds are in favor of Jimpo, because not only once, also twice already, we saw that Jimpo is actually really good at multitasking, taking on multiple drop locations, microing multiple armies, and considering that we have this vector rocks here, and a possible another entrance at the natural expansion, this might come in handy for Jimpo, of course, doing a drop here, doing a drop there. So if it will be a late game, I think Jimpo has a good advantage, a good chance to win this game. On the other hand, if Elfi decides to go for a 4-gate and apply some early pressure, it might be looking good for him as well. So scouting probe by Elfi was in the base of Jimpo, scouted a little bit, tried to do a little bit here and there, and that's about it. And good choice, of course, by Jimpo to go for the barracks as the second building. It's a 1-1-1 on Blistering Sands as a Terran against a Protoss is not what you want to go for, because the Cloaked Banshees, for example, which hold off a 4-gate, won't be finished just in time. There we see the Chrono Boost on this first Stalker. Of course, you want to have the Stalker out as fast as possible to get rid of any possible scouting SCVs. So there we see the Robo is coming up, so no 4-gate, no early pressure, but maybe some fast tech here by Elfi. And I mean, another option, which is not what he's doing and which I would not advise him to do, because he already did it in the last 2 games, is to go for some Dark Templars. Of course, because of the backdoor rocks, Dark Templars are so much more effective on Blistering Sands than on maps with a single choke entrance, like nearly every map, beside from the fact maybe Scrap Station is not in those maps. I would go for a DT rush. I would not go for a DT rush because of this white choke. White choke actually is a pretty good thing to have when you want to rush with DTs. And there we see the Robo facility finished for Elfi, and the first thing he is building is an observer. Now he learned from his past mistakes, and this is actually what he needs to do. This is a good choice by him. And second gate is halfway done by Elfi. He needs to scout out very soon, because there we see a Reaper is coming up by Jimpo, and this Reaper will scout out. The Reaper will know what's going on, and with this observer and with the stalkers, Elfi is completely aware of this Reaper, and the Reaper with the same movement speed than the Stalker, 2.95, will be able to get out there. This observer just spotted the Reaper going to this location. Yes, the Stalker of Elfi is aware of this, so now he just has to wait until this Reaper is there. But he waits. Does he check the mineral line? And yes, this Stalker spotted the Reaper. Jimpo spotted the Stalker as well, so he just was able to get out there in time. And now this is a close one, because Elfi just went in the base of Jimpo. On the other hand, he just missed all those units moving out, and he started the stim, so all those Marinas and Marauders won't have stim, but the Concussle Shell is finished. And there we see Elfi more or less warning off his main base. So and he's got an Immortal out, he's got 3 sentries, and now 2 more zealots, and of course with some nice placed force fields he will be able to do quite some damage. Jimpo just checked what's going on, if there's an expansion, but fast expanding on blistering sands is as good as suiciding, and sending up one SCV there, one marine force field, not that effective. At least he killed another marine with his force field. Jimpo now going for the backdoor entrance. No pylon here placed by Elfi. He really needs to place a pylon there to be able to spot if those rocks are getting attacked. Now finally the observer spotted those marinas and marauders. We see Jimpo going for the fast expansion, so Zedek opening into some pressure with the what is it called? Once again, OMS Old Man Syndrome is hitting me. Critical strikes in my head, but he went for the fast expansion, not that fast, but expanded after two barracks, and then he built 3 more barracks, so Jimpo on 5 barracks total. No tech at all, so with his tech unit, with his army, Elfi got on the other hand, he might be able to do quite some damage there. The supply is slightly in favor of Elfi, but he's got 3 immortals, got 3 sentries, he's building a forward pylon, and when we take a look at the production tab, yes, he decides not to expand. On the other hand, he is aware of the expansion of Jimpo. Jimpo now moving some SCVs in there as well. And Elfi is completely aware of this, and Scan coming up, Scan taking out the observer. Does he have another observer? Of course not, because it is Elfi, but anyway, he is now moving out, and Guardian Shield coming up, Marinas and Marauders. Stim, False Shield's actually doing nothing at all, and he needs to micro his Immortals, he needs to get rid of the Marauders. He's not microing his Immortals in the best way. Now he is, and he will be able to even take out this orbital command now lifting up, so only the stalkers and the sentries are able to take this. Do we see a force field on the ramp? No, we do not. So orbital command is running away, more reinforcements coming in for Elfi, and he's still producing more immortals, so 2 immortals still alive with 100 shield and 100 HP, and now he's attacking the barracks, and of course the barracks die so fast. Jimpo now pulling some SCVs here, and barracks started to burn. Another immortal is there in the mix. Does he have any more energy for more force fields? 2 more force fields getting placed, so 1 immortal is down, so still 2 immortals left. Second immortal will die as well, but the third will survive, and now this is it, because there's no more reinforcements for Jimpo, and Elfi taking the second game. So those 2 guys are tied up 2-2. It is an ace match, a best of 5 in going into 5 games, and we just saw carriers, we saw nukes, we saw fast rushes, we saw Dark Templars, High Templars, Colossi. I'm just waiting for some battle cruisers, motherships, void rays and phoenixes, and then and some siege tanks, and the rest is what we already saw. So good game by Elfi, taking the 4th game, and 5th game ace match coming up next here on the Competo Cup Finals.